Good morning. This is going to be the Libra video, and I've been telling all the other signs that next week I am only doing the twin flame reading, and I'm only doing the 4 elements, and I'm probably going to use runes, maybe a combination of the two. Then the second week of August there will be no videos, and then when I come back I'll pick up with Gemini, Aries and Gemini, which is where I left off at. I would like to petition my patron saint, Santa Marta La Dominadora, to please come in and help me to deliver the best messages for my Libra friends on YouTube. I am being guided to use this deck today. This is my goddess deck, one of my goddess decks. I'll go ahead and pull the cards, and then I'll pull clarifiers as I go. I should have enough battery. Sorry, my neighbors are being extra loud this morning. It's terrible. I really can't do anything about it, but I've decided to stop resisting it. I'm going to stop resisting it. I'm going to stop talking about it so that I can get it to move out of my physical reality. I do not read reversals unless I'm guided to, and my deck and my guides know this. Oh, we've got some really good cards. I mean, they're all really good, but very positive cards. Very positive. Alright, usually I pull 6, but I have 7, and I'm going to go with it. So what I'm going to do is I'll pull a clarifier. Oh, that one wanted to come out. So we have the Child Innocence, the Seas card. So I do feel like you have been parenting yourself lately, parenting your inner child. Really nurturing yourself and focused on self-growth, and this is good because that is the magical energy. Your wish is granted. What you've asked for is coming true. You just have to align to it. And how do you align to it? You stop worrying about it because it's already with you. You just have to align to it. All the different experiences and realities which your soul is on are all happening at the same time, past, present, and future. The 4th dimension is where we experience time and space. In the 5th dimension, time no longer exists. We're conscious and we're aware of the fact that time is just an illusion, that there's only energy. And that's all the different dimensions are. You're not actually like traveling to the dimensions. These are all levels of consciousness because basically the universe is just a big hologram until we add meaning to things. Nothing in the physical realm has any meaning until we add meaning to it. It just is what it is. And so the magical energy at this time is that it just is what it is. Because otherwise, your wish, something could come up, and you judge it, and you are like, "Damn, this is not this is not my wish. This is not what I wanted. Why is this here?" Well, once you subscribe meaning to it, you have created a story and a whole scenario around it. And then, like I said, with my neighbors, for instance, if you talk about it, if you complain about it, if you focus on it, because whatever we focus our energy on grows. It's like adding water to it, and growing it, nurturing it. So if we don't judge what's happening now, if we just accept that everything is perfect as it is at any given time, we'll realize and really fall back and have faith and recognize the fact that everything that's happening is leading you to where you want to be. It's preparing you. And so a lot of times our fears come up, and our fears really stand in the way of us getting the wish that we desire. Everything that we desire is on the other side of fear. And most of these fears stem from childhood because we were born from pure source energy. which is love. You know, I've been channeling a lot of information lately about God, and I've always had a very complicated relationship with God. And I just never really could see him as this judgmental white man in the sky. You know, I mean, we don't know what he looks like. And that to me was just more like from the patriarch, as far as there was a lot going on historically to really suppress and oppress women. And that has been a common theme, and that is women of all races, all colors. And so I do believe that's where this idea came in at. But the information that I've channeled is God is an energy, source energy. He's energy that we can tap into, we're all connected to. Because we're all gods and goddesses with amnesia. Every single soul on this planet is a god or goddess with amnesia. And that's all spiritual awakening is waking up to that. So, we take on fears when we incarnate into a physical form. Because when we take on that physical form, in this 3D world that we live in, this physical world full of illusions that we are creating because we're subscribing meaning to it. Like if you don't subscribe meaning to it, it has no meaning. And how do you subscribe meaning to things? Through your beliefs, through traditions, through things that you were taught to be true, the conditioning that you took on. That's the reason why two people can look at the same situation differently. It has to do with your background. And so the message that's coming through is that not only your fears are keeping what you want away, but your self-limiting beliefs, conditioning that you have taken on as a child is also interfering with that. But at the same time, don't judge it, because everything that's happening is helping you to clear those things out, because you want to clear those out. And that needs to be your intention. I want to clear these things, these fears. I want to face these fears. It's not just about getting that boy or that girl, or man or woman, or that job or whatever. It's about really being solid and really being on a good foundation, a good footing, so that you have the right view, the right perspective of it when it does come in. Because we have the 5 of C's cleansing. And so that's what's happening right now. It's like a catharsis. Really facing that shadow side. Look at the yin and the yang. The white part is your light side and the dark side is your shadow side, but not one is better than the other one. That's how racism began in the first place. People started they look at that shadow side, like anything that's dark or like that's evil or whatever else. And so that's where these beliefs came from. But the light side and the dark side, they work together, they form a whole, and one is not better than the other, because to say that one is better than the other would throw your energetic balance off, because that's judgment, and that's based on duality. And you want to collapse that duality. You want to see yourself as a whole, and really combine that light and that dark side. And that's what this is about right now. I'm going to pull a clarifier. And I have a lot of cards to get through, so I may not pull a clarifier for all of them. Especially since lots of messages are coming through. So as with that 5 of C's cleansing, we have the release your ex. The time has come for you to clear your energy. So if you really look at a lot of your fears are around not only your childhood, but different relationships that you've been in. And now you have that victim mentality where you expect other people to treat you the same way. I was told once when I was younger, don't ever tell, like you get involved with a new person, don't ever tell them what somebody else has done to you or what all you've been through. I don't know how true that is, because I need to meditate on it. But I do believe that it's true to the point that you're still in that victim mentality and you're expecting It's almost like an expectation where you're expecting them to be the same way. You know, if you do share your past with your new person, set the intention um, that you're not trying to like threaten them, like, oh, don't do this to me. This has been done to me before. Don't do this to me. Because that's a fear-based thought. And like I said, it's based on victim mentality. Now, if you want to share something, do share it, but share it with the intention of, I would just like for you to know, a few of the things that I have been through so that you can get to know me better. But do definitely release this victim mentality and face these lessons that you learned and let these exes go. Because I feel like you're recreating this. Someone once told me that I was rehearsing my pain. I was rehearsing it instead of letting it go. So letting it play over and over again. So, do honor your feelings, but don't become your feelings. Because you can create new feelings whenever you want. Your feelings are yours. You created them. Create some new feelings. We have the World card. The World and the Chariot are right beside each other. So, we have that your wish is granted with the World, which is very positive. I am getting that some of this, I had said that I feel like some of your blocks is in your belief system. So I do believe that some of this is how you view the world. Not only do you need to release that victim mentality once and for all, but you need to clear out any self-limiting beliefs you have around gender. Because these are conditioned. And once again, the message that's been coming through is that this came from the patriarch, which was, very oppressive to women. And so women were seen in a very low capacity, like they did not have the power to choose, the power to do what they want to do. Feminine energy is being healed right now. I am a Blu-ray, and Blu-rays, their focus is on the feminine energy and using the feminine energy as a healing energy. Feminine energy is very healing. But you have to balance your own. And this means facing any type of trauma you have, especially maybe involving sex, I'm getting. I know I worked a lot with the yoni crystals and stones to help balance my feminine energy. Now, if you're a masculine energy watching this, this could be how you view women. Maybe your mother was not so motherly, and so you had some very negative experiences with regards to that. So do forgive your parents, because they did the best that they could with what they had. And not only that, but these are experiences your soul wanted to have. And they're soul family, soul kin, and so you guys came in together to have these experiences. Imagine it being like a play that had to play out. And because now we have the Chariot, and I am going to pull a clarifier for the Chariot, because I am feeling very strongly that your wish, your desires are coming in. Don't give up, because I feel like you're very close to giving up, but you're so close. So do hang on. Bliss, contentment, satisfaction, and security. So yes, whatever it is that you desire is coming to you on a Chariot. It's coming in very quickly. I've been saying this. I feel like, you're just a cycle or two away from this. Maybe a cycle. Just a slight shift in consciousness can bring this Chariot in, and this bliss and contentment. But you have to already be in this bliss and contentment and security for what it is that you desire to come in. Because if you have the expectation of what you desire to come in and give you this energy, that is keeping it away. So it starts with you, and you can't fake a vibe. You know, I've been saying this over the past week. You cannot fake a vibe. So we have the child design card. And so I do feel very strongly that, you know, I feel like the theme of the past week has been the inner child coming up in my readings. Let me pull a clarifier. We have lots of major arcana. Childhood innocence. So we have look, we have two of them. Look at this. Talk about synchronicities. Child innocence and child innocence. So what I'm getting with this is that you need to get back to who you were before the pain. Can you remember who you were before all of the pain, before all of the conditioning, all of the triggering, all of the heartache and disappointment? Can you remember that? It's on the other side of fears. Once you get to the other side of your fears, this is you. And you can be childlike again and be trusting and have faith and not feel like you have to be the victim. I'm getting very strongly that releasing that victim mentality and facing those fears on the other side of it is this childhood innocence, is everything that you desire. Everything you desire is on the other side of fears. Fears are crippling you right now. And these fears really stem from feeling like what you want is not going to happen because it never has. Something's always gotten in the way. So clear that. Those are self-limiting beliefs, and you're very much in your mind right now. We have the Nine of Earth community. So do know that you have a soul purpose. You are here for more than just to pay bills, to work, to pay bills, to struggle. We are divine beings having human experiences because we wanted to learn what it was like to be human. This was one of the biggest questions that I had, and I had to channel this message from my spiritual guidance, from my own soul. Why is it that we are trying to learn what it's like to be human? Because basically every timeline, which is a lifetime, we have evolved into higher vibrational beings. Look how far we've come. I know sometimes it's hard when we look at the news. We're like, God, what in the hell? The times were so much simpler. Like, you know, back in the olden times, they didn't even have to lock their doors. But as we raise our vibrations, it really does kick up a lot. And as we're getting there, it really does kick up a lot of horniness. And as people are being more and more real and authentic than ever before, those societal standards and conformity are being tossed aside. That patriarchy is being dismantled. And so people are really coming into themselves one way or another. And as we raise our vibrations and understand a lot of what we see on the news, and it's becoming more and more aware to me, because understand everything that happens in the physical world are the 3D illusions. They're not really happening, because the world is really just this big hologram that we subscribe meaning to. So what are we fearful of? What are we scared of? I know I can't stand to hear about something happening to a child or an animal. My whole news feed on Facebook lately has been full of that shit. Because it's showing me my fears. And so there is such a thing as evolution, but it's not in the way that we've been taught. Is these timelines are evolving. And sometimes things have to get very, very messy. Don't mistake spirituality with religion or with church. Things have to get very, very messy. If you did not watch my All Signs reading or my Wagon Pull reading that I did the other day, I talked about, that on my twin flame journey, that I left a marriage of 20 years. My kids abandoned me. I lost 2 jobs, one that I worked for 25 years, one that I worked for 5 years. I had to face all kinds of aspects of myself. I have legal problems now as a result. So it looks like, damn, that's like looking on the news like, damn, how can things possibly be better now than what they used to be? They will be. And as we evolve and as we move up these timelines, that is how we are raising the vibrations of the planet. I know I have complained about my kids. I know I was raised to be really tough, like what I thought to be tough, not show emotions, not show feelings, to really work hard, to be strong, to be tough, not be a crybaby. I was basically raised as a boy. And these younger kids, man, they're just all in their feelings. They get so easily offended. And at first I was like, God, people talk about all the time. They're like, oh, like there's that whole story going on like Facebook now where that kid got hit in the face with the dodgeball or whatever, and the family's suing, and I don't know how many dodgeballs I got hit with. But we judge that and we're like, oh God, that's these kids are just getting weak. No, they're more in touch with their feelings now. Don't judge that. That's good. That's how we should have been. We should have been raised that way. So we did a good job by raising our kids to feel and be in touch with their feelings and speak up if something's not right. I have said with this energy oracle deck that there's chakra cards in here. I'm not a big chakra person. And the last time I did that, I kind of messed up and I got it wrong. And I've been wanting to pull them out. But I got the 6th chakra, which is the 3rd eye chakra. I just want to make sure I get it right. But there's a diagram. So basically, you are becoming aware of the fact that there's more going on than what meets the eye. And start seeing past the illusions. And this is part of spiritual awakening, and opening up this 3rd eye is what allows you to see through the illusions. That's not your intuition. People mistake the 3rd eye for intuition. Intuition is actually in the heart chakra, in the lower chakras, because it's feeling. It's where you feel at. You feel with intuition. And this is not so much logic as this is like an extra sense. And it allows you to see through these 3D illusions. And I don't know about you, but I learn more by doing than seeing or being told something. So even with me, I teach these principles, and unless I actually see them, happen or experience it, then I'm like, I have that aha moment. So, look for some aha moments where you start connecting the dots and things start making sense to you. But only after you clear those self-limiting beliefs. We have the Fool. And this Fool card to me is that same energy of that child design and that child innocence. Really being a fool again. Because, I've studied the history of the tarot cards. And you notice the Fool is the first card. And basically the Fools in the tarot journey. The Fool starts off his journey really being very optimistic and hopeful, having beliefs in his life that he could create whatever he wants, just being innocent to it all. And then he goes through and he has all of those different experiences. But he ends up gaining the world, though. I'm sorry, my neighbors are being so loud, and I'm trying not to talk about it or resist it. They smash metal all day long. Really disturbs my peace. That's the reason why I do these videos early in the morning, but they're starting their shit earlier and earlier. So the Fool starts off this journey, has all these experiences just to gain the world knowledge, universal knowledge. Set this your intention. Set your intention to learn all of the secrets of the universe, how magical it is. And as you do this, all these other things will come to you. Love, finances. As you go along the way, be the Fool. Have this adventure. Enjoy this adventure. And learn as you go. Learn and love as you go. What a beautiful reading. This one and Taurus were so beautiful. I'm like, gosh, these readings are so beautiful. I like doing them. I've gotten to where I don't even care if nobody watches them. I know I was really triggered because my views and subscribers have kind of fell off. But, you know, I've been told for a while that more and more people will flock to less people follow the truth. And more people they want somebody to tell them, yes, this person's coming, and when, and yes, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. You know, people don't want to hear that they themselves are creating their reality. Why be limited to just one outcome? Don't you want to know how magical you are, that you are a god and goddess with amnesia, and that you can create whatever type of experience you want? Don't you want to learn how? But the other message that I've channeled is that numbers are illusions, and that this is teaching me something. And I actually have more viewers than I realized, because it's kind of like my my spiritual guidance and my spirit guides and stuff are teaching me something with this. And once I learn what it is that they're trying to teach me, I feel like I can move on to the next level, but I've been kind of stuck here. So if anyone has any ideas as to why my spirit guides and stuff are trying to convince me that I don't really have that many subscribers or views, and it's really triggering me because I'm feeling like, damn, you know, I'm not such a great reader or whatever. So it's teaching me something. And I feel like this is a major block to my channel being all that I want it to be. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. If anyone has any ideas, please comment. Because I feel like it's an illusion. Because I know I'm a great reader, and I know that more people watch my videos than I realize and I know about, because the numbers are kind of being played with. Does that make sense to you? Because remember, the 3D are the illusions. Alright, dearest to you, as you think, so you will experience life. Thoughts are that powerful. Let me read that again. Dearest to you, as you think, so will you experience life. Thoughts are that powerful, and they need minding. Let the unruly, chaotic ones settle down so they serve you or get released instead of wreaking havoc. These thoughts arise when connected to the energy of fear and often masquerade as truth. Yet the real truth is that essentially all is well. I swear to God, didn't I just say these things? Of course, you have thoughts that are positive, strong, organized, accepting, creative, open, and so on. Those are the ones we want you to keep thinking, and they have a less frantic quality. They're stimulating in a good way and don't get away from you. How do you keep an inner eye on your thoughts? Meditate and leave judgment out of the mix. I swear I said that too. Everyone has those fearful thoughts. Love them, love yourself, and then choose the thoughts you want the world to reflect back. Life is not as hard as you think. Loving you so much. See, I love it when these postcard oracle cards really back up. We had a lot of synchronicities in this reading too, a lot, especially with that child design. It literally came out like 3 times. Then we have the Fool. So, this really makes me feel better about my intuitive reading. But thank you so much for watching. If you would like to have a personal reading, they're $40 across the board right now, whether it be twin flames or past lives, which are really my specialty, or just a general reading to let you know what areas of your life that you need to work on so that you can attract more and align to more abundance in your life, love, whatever it is that you wish or desire. I'll include that in the description of the video. Thank you for watching.